What's up, T Squad? Welcome to Tilly. Welcome to Spilling Tees, your go-to for custom t-shirts, tutorials, design tips, and behind-the-scenes hustle. If you love do-it-yourself apparel, creativity, and turning it into cash, you are in the right place. Now, today's video is a little different, but trust me, if you're serious about your custom apparel business, designing in Cricut Design Space, or creating content for your brand, you need to see this. I just got my hands on the ASUS TUF Gaming A16 laptop, and I'm about to unbox it, test it, and show you if this is the laptop for creators like us who need serious power for design work and video editing. Here's the thing. I spent weeks researching laptops because I needed something that could handle complex Cricut Design Space projects with tons of layers, 4K video editing with this channel, heavy graphics work, and not break the bank. This laptop has 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, AMD Ryzen 7 processor, and the Radeon RX 7700S graphics card that's comparable to the RTX 4060. All for just over $1,000, a little over $1,000. So stick around because I'm going to show you exactly what to get, how to check if everything's legit when yours arrive, and whether this is worth your hard-earned money. Let's get into it, T-Squad. Now, before we even open this box, I want to talk about what we are looking for today. Number one, we're checking for any shipping damage. You want to catch this immediately for any returns. Second, we're going to verify the specs because sometimes when buying from third-party sellers, you don't get exactly what you ordered. 3, we're going to boot it up and make sure that everything works. The display, the keyboard, all the ports, everything. And number 4, I'm going to show you what it can do and how it could possibly be a great buy for your business. This is the ASUS TUF Gaming A16. The TUF stands for the Ultimate Force. It is their gaming and creator line that's built for durability. This thing passed military grade durability tests, which means it can handle being thrown in a bag and taken to craft shairs, pop-up shops, or your local co-working space. The box itself is pretty standard ASUS packaging. You can see the specs here on the side, and we're going to verify all of these in just a minute. Before you break the seal, check the entire box for damage. Look at all 4 corners. Do you see any crushing, any dents? These corners are super important because if they are damaged, there's a good chance the laptop inside took some impact. Run your hands along the sides. Feel for any soft spots or areas where the cardboard feels compressed. That's a red flag. Now look at the seals. Are they factory seals or does it look like someone retaped this? With Amazon, you especially want to check this because sometimes you get returns that were boxed, or my bad, reboxed. This one looks good. Now let's open this bad boy up. Carefully cut the seal with a knife or a box cutter. Be super careful. You don't want to slice into the laptop itself. Always cut away from the center along the edges. So right on top, we've got the protective packaging. ASUS does a pretty good job with their packaging. Lots of protection around the laptop. Here's the quick start guide, warranty information, and safety booklet. Don't throw these away. You'll need the warranty info if anything goes wrong. I'm going to set these aside. Let's see what else is in here. Charge your notebook PC for 3 hours when using it for the first time. Use only the bundled power adapter for charging. For 3 hours. That means it'll be 2:52 a.m. So let me go ahead and power that baby on now. I mean, charge it up now. Here's the power brick and cable. This is a pretty hefty power adapter because this laptop can pull some serious power when you're gaming or rendering video. It is not the smallest charger, so keep that in mind if you're traveling. This is a barrel style connector, not USB charging, which is kind of a bummer for 2025, but it does charge fast and can deliver the full wattage this laptop needs. Okay, so when it comes to things like this, I like doing things by the book, honey, because I don't need nothing going wrong. So let me take it out of this. Okay, first impressions. Look at this nice black finish. Has the little Tuft logo here on the bottom right. This isn't too heavy. This isn't heavy at all. This feels lighter than my old laptop. Feels very easy to carry. All right, let me go ahead and open it. They say you can open it with just one finger. I'm not sure which way, but I think it's this way. Oh, snap. Okay, now let's do that again. Okay. I could not open my last one with one finger. I had to. Anyway, it has got a good, nice weight to it. Not too heavy, but substantial enough that you know it's built well. The build quality right off the bat, you've got this matte finish that's not going to show fingerprints, which is awesome. All right, so before I even power it on, I'm going to follow the rules. Let me plug it on up and then I'll see you guys in 3 hours. This is a thick, heavy battery. This is something I'm not used to. I'm sorry if y'all hear me breathing. This thing picks up everything. All right. I like this. Okay, I just plugged it in. That little orange light in the middle just came on. And we're going to put the timer on for 3 hours. See you in 3 hours. You can see the TUF Gaming branding here on the lid. It's subtle, not super gamery with RGB everywhere, which I actually appreciate. This can really fit in at a professional workspace or a coffee shop without screaming gamer. Let's look at the ports really quick. On this side, we've got USB-A ports. Looks like HDMI and what should be that USB 4 port we're excited about. Headphone jack and the charging port. And on this side, more USB ports. All right, let's open it up and see the keyboard and screen. The hinge feels really smooth. No creaking, no resistance. That is an excellent sign. And here we go. Look at this keyboard. So this is the backlit RGB keyboard. You can see it's got that nice glow. The keys are well spaced. Nice travel distance. For those of you who type a lot, writing product descriptions, social media posts, email newsletters, this keyboard is going to treat you well. It is not mushy. It's got good feedback. I actually love it. The trackpad is nice and large. It's smooth, responsive. It's got that nice glide to it. And it is in the correct position, not offset to the left like some laptops do. These are actually pretty decent speakers for a laptop. We'll test them in a bit. And this screen, this is a 16-inch display. Everything is looking good so far. No scratches, no scuffs. The bezels are relatively thin. Not the thinnest I've ever seen, but definitely not chunky bezels from 2015. This laptop is designed to stay cool when you are pushing it hard. This laptop is upgradable if you ever want to add more RAM or swap out the SSD in the future. That's a big plus. The first boot takes a minute because Windows needs to do its initial setup. But already I could tell you, that screen is gorgeous. The colors look vibrant, it's bright, and that 165 hertz refresh rate makes everything look so smooth. Okay, here's the Windows 11 setup. I'm going to speed through this process. And we're in. Welcome to Windows 11 Pro. This is a clean install, no bloatware, which is nice. Now let's verify those specs we paid for. Okay, this is the most important part. When you get your laptop, you need to verify you actually got what you paid for. Right click on this PC and go to Properties. And here we go. Let's check everything. Processor AMD Ryzen 7 7735HS. Check. That's exactly what we ordered. This is an 8-core 16-thread processor that's going to handle multitasking like a champ. Installed RAM 32 gigabytes. Check. This is huge for video editing and running Cricut Design Space with a million tabs open in Chrome. System type, 64-bit operating system. Check. Windows 11 Pro. Check. That's actually an upgrade from Windows 11 Home. Pro gives you more features for business use. Now let's verify the graphics card. I'm going to open Device Manager. Now you want to go to Display Adapters and expand it. AMD Radeon RX 7700S. Check. This is the GPU that's going to power through all your design work. This is comparable to an NVIDIA RTX 4060, which means you've got serious graphics horsepower here. Now you might think, wait, I paid for 1 terabyte. Don't panic. When you format a drive, you always lose some space. Plus Windows 11 takes up about 30 to 40 gigabytes. Let me also show you the display specs. Right click on Desktop, Display Settings. Resolution 1920 by 1200. That's WXGA, exactly what we wanted. And if you scroll down, refresh rate 165 hertz. This makes everything buttery smooth. Scrolling, moving windows, everything just feels more responsive. Okay, so everything checks out. We got exactly what we paid for. 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, Ryzen 7 7735HS, Radeon RX 7700S, a 16-inch 165 Hz display. This is exactly what you need to verify when your laptop arrives. Please do not skip this step because you don't want to shortchange yourself. Now let's test all the hardware to make sure everything actually works. First, the keyboard. Let me open it and just type. All keys are working. No stuck keys, no dead keys. It's all good. The trackpad. Let me move the cursor around. Test click. Clicking works. And the 2-finger scroll works. And the pinch to zoom works. Trackpad is very smooth and responsive. I had no issues there. It actually feels so much better than my last laptop. So let's test these speakers. Today on Business Journey. Good day everyone, I'm MJ from Spilling Tees, your go-to for custom t-shirts, tutorials, design tips, and behind the scenes hustle. If you love do-it-yourself apparel. The sound quality is actually pretty good for laptop speakers. It's got decent bass, clear mids and highs. I'm loving it. Yes. That way I ain't gotta put my glasses on all the time. That's dope. Now the webcam. Let me open the camera app. This is me, just testing the quality. So here's the webcam quality. It's 720p, which is standard for most laptops. Not amazing, but fine for Zoom calls or quick videos. The AI noise cancellation feature is actually really cool. It'll filter out background noise when you're on calls. Let's take a picture. Okay, let's open it. This is me, just testing the quality. So let's test the ports. I've got a USB drive here. Regular USB-A port works. The drive is recognized immediately. And here's that USB 4 port I've been talking about. This is the game changer. Let me plug in this external SSD. USB 4 can transfer at up to 40 gigabytes per second. That means a 100 gigabyte video file transfers in about 20 seconds. Compare that to regular USB 2.0, which would take about 30 minutes. For you video editors and content creators, this port is essential. You can edit 4K video directly from an external drive with zero lag. Now, for the HDMI port, I can plug this into an external monitor, which is perfect if you want a dual screen setup for Cricut on one side and your reference images on another. Now let me check the display for dead pixels. I'm going to pull up dead pixel test. Definitely make sure you do this. To do the test on your new laptop, you want to go to dead pixel. Is it dead pixel test? To do this test, you're going to go to deadpixeltest.org. So the white background, I don't see any dead pixels. None on the black. It's looking good. None on the red. None on the green or the blue. All perfect. No dead pixels, no stuck pixels, and no backlight bleed. Hey, this display is kind of flawless. Not kind of, it is flawless. And remember, this is 100% sRGB coverage, which means the colors you see here are accurate. When you are designing t-shirts and picking colors, what you see on this screen is what's going to print. All right, so everything checks out hardware wise, but let's talk about what this laptop can actually do for your business. For Cricut Design Space, this laptop is really overkill in the best way possible. Design Space can sometimes be laggy, especially with complex SVG files with tons of paths. With 32 gigabytes of RAM and this RX 7700S graphics card, you are not going to have any lag. You can have massive designs with hundreds of layers and it'll still run smooth. Let me show you real world multitasking, what you'd actually be doing while running your business. Now I'm going to open Chrome with a few tabs. Then I'm going to open Cricut Design Space. Now for video editing, and this is important if you're making YouTube videos for your business, TikTok reels, whatever. This laptop can handle 4K editing. The Ryzen 7 processor and RX 7700S GPU have hardware acceleration for video encoding. That means when you export a video, it's fast. We're going to talk a 10-minute 4K video exporting in about 2 to 3 minutes instead of 20 minutes on a basic laptop. As for the battery life, ASUS claims this gets about 8 to 9 hours with light use. For heavy work like video editing, expect more like 3 to 4 hours. But honestly, when you're doing heavy work, you should be plugged in anyway. Now, the cooling on this is impressive. Even with all this running, the laptop is barely warm to the touch. The fans are running, but they are not loud. You can definitely work in a quiet coffee shop without bothering people. Weight wise, again, it is about 4.8 pounds. It's not the lightest laptop in the world, but not a brick either. It'll fit in most laptop bags, and the build quality means you don't have to baby it. Now let's break down some pros and cons after spending time with this laptop. Number 1, performance. This thing is a beast. 32 gigabytes RAM, powerful processor, strong graphics. It handles everything I throw at it. Number 2, build quality. This is a solid laptop. The TUF line is known for durability, and you can feel it. This isn't some flimsy plastic laptop that's going to crack if you look at it. Number 3, the display. That 16-inch, 165 hertz, 100% sRGB display is absolutely gorgeous. Colors are accurate, it's bright enough to use outdoors, and the high refresh rate makes everything smooth. Number 4, the value. For $1,079, you are getting specs that would normally cost anywhere between $1,400 and $1,500. This is genuinely a great deal. Number 5, upgradability. You can upgrade the RAM and storage yourself if you ever need more. That's not true of a lot of modern laptops. Number 6, USB 4 port. Future-proof connectivity that's going to serve you for years. Now let's talk about the cons. So number 1, the battery life. It's okay, but not amazing. If you're gonna be doing heavy work, you need to be near a plug. But that's true of most performance laptops anyway. Number 2, the weight. At 4.8 pounds, it is not the most portable laptop. If you need something ultra light for travel, this might not be it. But it's still not that bad, so you have to judge yourself. But number 3, no USB-C charging. Would have been nice to charge via USB-C instead of the barrel connector. It's not a deal breaker, but it would have been convenient, a lot convenient. Number 4, the webcam quality. It's just okay. The 720p in 2025 is a bit dated. If you do a lot of video calls, you might want an external webcam. But honestly, those cons are pretty minor. For the price and what you're getting, this is an excellent laptop. I'm very proud of my purchase. So, final verdict. Is this worth it for creators or business owners or people running custom apparel businesses? Absolutely. If you are using Cricut Design Space, creating designs in Photoshop or Illustrator, editing videos for your social media, managing your online store, and doing a million other things at once, this laptop can handle it all without breaking a sweat. For $1,079, you are getting professional grade performance, a beautiful display, build quality that'll last years, enough power for your business to grow. Now compare that to a MacBook with similar specs that would cost you around $2,500 or more. And that's a no-brainer. Now I want to be clear. I bought this with my own money. This is not a sponsored video. ASUS didn't send me this. I'm showing you exactly what I bought and what you would get if you ordered this laptop. The link to this exact model will not be in my description because I do not sell Amazon. I do not put their links in my description anymore. I'm gonna chill on that for a minute. Now before we wrap up, I do want to mention a couple of things I noticed that this laptop does not have and whether they are deal breakers. First, there's no disk drive. Now in 2025, that's pretty standard. I honestly can't remember the last time I used a CD or DVD, so for me, that's not a deal breaker at all. Second, and this one surprised me a little, there's no SD card slot. Now, if you're a photographer or you work with a camera that uses SD cards, you might be thinking, wait, how do I get my photos onto the laptop? For me personally, it would have been nice and convenient to have that SD card slot built in. But here's the thing, it is not a deal breaker. I already have adapters and card readers that I can plug right into the USB ports. So if I need to transfer photos from my Canon camera or import video files from an SD card, I just use my mini USB Type B cable or an SD card reader. Plug it into one of these USB ports and I'm good to go. Plus, with that USB 4 port we talked about earlier, file transfers are lightning fast anyway. So even though it is an extra step, it is not slowing me down at all. Bottom line, if having a built-in SD card slot is absolutely essential for your workflow, this might be something to consider. But for most people, especially if you are using this for Cricut design work and video editing like I am, it is really not an issue. You can pick up an SD card reader for like $10 or $15 and you're set. So don't let the missing SD card slot stop you from getting this amazing laptop. Quick note, I'm not telling you to buy this specific laptop. I'm showing you the specs you should look for when shopping for any laptop. Whether you use Cricut, Silhouette, Brother Scan and Cut, Caesar Juliet, or any other cutting machine, look for, and this is my opinion, at least 16 to 32 gigabytes of RAM, a dedicated graphics card, 1 terabyte of storage, and a good processor. You can find these specs in any brand: HP, Lenovo, Dell, I might have said Lenovo wrong. Anyway, MSI, ASUS, which I think I said that wrong too. I think it's ASUS. Whatever fits your budget. Use this as your shopping guide. This is just the laptop I chose, but these specs will work in any laptop for your design work. But T Squad, if you found this unboxing and review helpful, make sure you like this video and hit that notification bell for when I drop some more videos. It really helps the algorithm show this video to other people who are looking for a great laptop for their creative businesses. But alright y'all, that's it for today's unboxing. I'm going to spend the next few weeks really putting this laptop through its paces, and I'll report back with a long-term review. Thank you for joining Spilling Teas today. Stay cool, calm, and creative, T Squad, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love.